Welcome to today's episode. We have a very exciting guest on today, Raúl Ramírez, CEO of IdeaWorks International. So thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, Megan. It's my pleasure.
Of
I'm
course. So
really interested in this exercise.
yes, super excited to have you on. So anyone who's just tuning in for the audience, anyone tuning in for the first time, we are Stravix, a company that helps financial and professional firms scale revenue and operate more efficiently with AI and automation. So if you want to learn how to take your business to the next level, make sure to stick around and hear some insights. And then if you are interested in our free growth consultation, just drop the word growth in our DMs down below. So I'd love to hop into some questions, kind of get to know you a little bit more in your company. So your background, Raúl, you've spent more than 20 years leading digital transformation across banking, insurance, and marketing. How do you describe today what you do at IdeaWorks?
Well, thanks. Well, first of all, I think we're on the right track. This world is running very fast. Probably the experiences we are living with in Latin America can be like going slower than the way things are doing in the US or in Europe. First of all, in Latin America, we have like this very important issue around this transformation and all this issue that has to be around the digitalization. Our governments, they don't foster that hard to move the digitalization around the whole population or around companies or around different businesses. So probably that's one of the most important issues that we need to get to know. And we have very good examples over here in the region, examples like in Chile or in Brazil or in Argentina, that these countries have lots of different examples and new investments that are going through these countries because they have or because they're leading the digitalization industry or the technology industry in our geographical region. So I think when I said we're on the right track is because not because I can say it, but or Wall Street, they're continuous telling us that technology is one of the most important ways to develop and is one of the most important conditions that are giving development to different regions or countries. So that's why I've been working on this. And in my company, in IdeaWorks, an international company operating in Latin America, we were like very excited
Yeah.
to be working here, to be working in this, to know that we can embrace digital transformation with experience and we can get to know different size companies so we can guide them. They need guidance for them to go through this modernization and different integrations that they might need.
Yeah, no, that's a great way to put it. Thank you for walking us through that. So, kind of hopping off what you've said, giving us details about your company, what have you seen recently that's been, a big challenge? And going off of that, what makes your guys' approach different from other, agencies, maybe competitors?
Well, we start having conversations with customers using data. It's not the biggest or the hugest development. Customers need to know their own data. They need to get into insights, customer insights. One of our customers, it's a shopping center and probably, well, this is a Central American example. So this shopping center has right now the biggest traffic numbers, the biggest customers walking through this shopping center, and they know this information because they know their data. But besides knowing their data, what can we do with this information? So there's where we help customers use this data. Here we can also implement some AI solutions for them to use this as probably their examples of big data, continuous hopping in their CRMs. So shopping centers are no more like this physical space. And right now we're in a digital ecosystem. So there's where we help our customers is using data, getting to data, knowing performance, establishing KPIs in order to hire up sales on their different retailers.
Yeah. No, that's all very interesting and definitely will set you guys apart. And something that you mentioned, that was my next question, is about AI and automation. I guess my question is, it's such a hot topic in the market right now. Where do you see this heading specifically, maybe just in general in your field, your industry, and specifically your company? What are you guys doing? What are you thinking about? Are you looking for implementation? Just where's your head at with all this?
We're working right now through implementations using data through CRMs,
Mhm.
through omnichannel, through ERPs, through like the basics of the use of data on the huge information that we have from social media. So probably we are focused right now through these issues using data through implementations, integrations, and helping our customers get to know better their insights, establishing new connecting points, establishing like some combinations of different ways or different agents that can be used to interact with different kind of customers.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So, kind of looking forward a little bit more. What are your guys' goals, your company or your goals in the next 6 to 12 months? Do you have anything big coming up, any projects, anything you'd like to share?
Well, we're focused in being an expert in Central America. That's our main goal. Being an expert, bringing global solutions, but very kindly located on what our customers do, what our regions and our brands do, knowing that probably we're not going to have government's help or that more regulations that probably you have in the US or in Europe. So starting to use some examples on different algorithms or just to help these small or medium companies to get to know what other bigger companies are doing in the financial section. We have very robust financial systems, but there's lots of banks, they need help. Probably they have huge and great developments and they have these tech people, but probably you need to know or you need to have in their teams like this expert that can help on doing reputation of a brand with the correct customers in this huge technological operations. So we're focused in retailers, in shopping centers, in retailers. They can start being like more technological adopted and start to bring this quick low hanging fruits around their cost efficiency.
Yeah.
So it's like an educator role, like a consultant role for these all parties to have like more strategical and effective operations.
Yeah, that's really great to hear. Looking forward to seeing all this development in the next few months. So, kind of wrapping up a little bit here, if there's someone in the audience who kind of maybe wants to break into the industry or is an aspiring entrepreneur, CEO, anything like that, is there any advice that you'd give them?
I can tell them that you need to hear from other experts. We have important solutions. We have important minds around this huge global movement. But besides that, I think you have to get into what is happening around the economy. You get to know what's happening in the economy. How does a shopping center retailer does right now their business? What can a big hotel do to satisfy this international traveler that right now or is being impacted by international solutions of different kinds of technologies and different ways of being impacted by brands. So I can tell them that adopt technology, they get to know their economy, they got to know about what's happening around the human connections right now, what we are doing, how we're doing it, and how can we get more efficient using technology. And I think just to close, AI right now is a trend, but not just like a trend. It's a huge solution. We have to do it. We have to implement it. We have to deploy it in our companies because right now we need more efficient and more effective companies running in this complicated world.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Thank you so much for your insights and, your advice. It was all very valuable. And thank you again. I think we had a great conversation today.
It was my pleasure.